Quick question. What are my best quotes? I'm asking you this because I assume that you've watched quite a few of my videos. And I feel that in many of these videos, I say things that have a great, solid, profound impact on people. I know they've told me, and I want to put these quotes together. I want to be able to put out a series of images which hopefully inspire and get people to take action to improve themselves. Now, in today's video, I'm going to share with you 5 quotes that I went through and I thought were pretty good. I know that I've said these in videos in the past. To make this fun, guys, if you give me some great quotes down in the description, and I love it, I am going to choose 2 winners. And of those 2 winners, I'm going to send James McCabe. I've got these Heritage Collection watches. I did a sponsorship for him a couple of years, maybe it was a year and a half ago, and I've still got these watches. I like them. They're automatic watches, valued at almost 300 pounds. They're really nice watches. I'll link to them down in the description, but what I really want to hear from you guys are quotes, are sayings that I've said in past videos. Maybe I've written in articles that you're like, Antonio, I just remember you saying this, and it was enough to get me motivated to go out there and take action. So that's what I'm looking for. Quote number 1, have the courage to be the best dressed man in the room. So I've said this multiple times. I don't remember taking it from anyone. And so I'm going to claim this quote. And when I say it, what I mean is it's okay for you to lead. It's okay in a room of people for you to be the one that comes in and looks like he's in charge. A lot of men, I think, just don't have the confidence. They maybe have never had anything happen in their life where they graduated from being a boy to being a man, or they never feel that, hey, I don't look at myself as a leader. Well, I have to say, like, I had things happen in my life that, in a sense, leadership was thrusted upon me and I needed to step up. And I did. And I fell down quite a few times, but I eventually stepped up and I claimed that mantle. Now, I'm not going to say how to do that exactly in your life because every man, it's a bit different. But I do feel that there were a lot of guys that are already leading in a certain part, maybe in their industry, maybe in their particular business, maybe at home, maybe they've got kids who they're showing the example for, maybe in their family, they're the oldest son and they've stepped up in certain situations. In any case, I do think that you should have the courage. I want you to have the ability to be able to walk into a room and own it. Casual means comfortable, not sloppy. So I see so many people saying, hey, I got to dress casually. That means I just need to wear a t-shirt and shorts and running shoes. And no, you don't have to be sloppy when you dress casual. You can dress casual. I mean, for me, this is casual. I have a pair of shorts on from Ministry of Supply, a nice belt from Anson Belt and Buckle. I've got this shirt right here. This is the traveler shirt from Suit Supply. To me, this is a very casual look, yet it's not sloppy. It's well put together. I think it's something that when I walk in a room, people are like, wow, he looks good, but he's still wearing shorts. Casual is where you've actually thought through, you control your image, and you're still projecting that image, which sends the message you want to send, but you're doing it in a way that's very comfortable. Quote number 3, dress like the man you know yourself to be. So when I say this, I think that most people have an image of what success is. Maybe they even have an image of themselves in the future of what they're going to look like when they've got that nonprofit off the ground, when they've had success in their business and they've had their first $1 million sale. Maybe whenever they've gotten that position at work, they got that corner office. Look at that guy, look a little bit deeper. How is he presenting himself? How is he dressing? I know it's 10 years in the future, but here's the deal, is you can start now to practice and to start dressing in a manner so that when you reach that position, it's simply second nature. And that's what I mean by that quote. And it's simply practicing and becoming good. And by doing that, you become that individual. Quote number 4, use clothing as a weapon to get what you want out of life. So this one right here, and I put weapon in there to be particular because I think a good weapon can both be offensive and defensive when you're using it. And for me, I want your clothes to actually be something that you use offensively and defensively to be able to defend yourself from a world that is going to want to tear you down, and for you to be offensively able to go out there and to be able to send the message you want to send in a very pointed way. And for me, it's not about the clothing. The clothing is simply the tool. It is the instrument. I like to think that the guys that are following and using my information, they're first good men. They've got a mission. They've got a goal in life. Use that clothing as a weapon. Get what you want out of life and use it as the tool it was meant to be. Now, this next quote's a little bit cumbersome, but men are like diamonds, forged over time under heat and pressure. Style is simply the polish that allows them to shine. I look at what men are trying to create, what men are trying to do, how men are trying to change the world. And it goes back to when I was in business school. I had a friend. He was an amazingly smart individual. He's interviewing for all these companies, and he was getting turned down. I remember looking at him and knowing why, because he did not look the part of this guy with this fancy MBA from a great school. So despite everything else, him having these great degrees and being what I thought was a mathematical genius, he was getting turned down because nobody would want to hire a guy that they can't eventually put in front of the customer, or they would be embarrassed for someone to see them with. And that's unfortunately what was going on with him. So I hope that men like my friend can come in and find this channel and realize, wow, this is the missing piece, because I've worked so much on my education. I've worked so much on my experience and my skill set. And now that I start to look the part, people start to, it's revealed that diamond that has just been found. All right, Jen, so now it's your turn. I want to hear from you down in the comments. What is a quote besides those 5, or maybe variations of one of them, that you have heard me say and you're like, Antonio, this is one of your best quotes? And again, remember, I'm going to be going through in the next week. I'm going to be looking at some winners, and I've got these beautiful watches. This is the Heritage Collection over at James McCabe, and I would love to send these out your way. But in any case, I'll be going through and checking out what you guys are writing. I really do appreciate you guys, and I thank you for helping me build up this channel. I would love to see what you guys can say down there. Maybe you guys have a particular video that's your favorite that you actually get the quotes from. Feel free to link to that. Maybe it was something I said in an article or one of my books, which, yes, I have books out there. Yes, I have apps out there. Yes, I have tons of infographics. And if you're interested, I've got a new coaching program. It's called Style System VIP, because all those quotes I just said are going to be cornerstone pieces of my new coaching program, because I realize that information, honestly, it's all over the place. The internet is full of them. That's what it is. Tons of information. Libraries have tons of information, but people aren't beating down the doors of libraries. They're not going to the web and transforming themselves. No, you have to take action. You have to sometimes have a coach, someone that's leading you through the path so you can get past the self-doubt of being self-conscious of the way that you dress and you present yourself. So if this sounds somewhat interesting to you, let me know and go fill out the application down in the comments. It's going to be stylesystemvip.com. We've got an application process because I'm only going to allow a set number of individuals in who meet the criteria, because it's going to have some group coaching. So I want to make sure that the people that you're learning from are all at the same level. Gentlemen, that's it. Take care. I'll see you in the next video. And no, that is not the best thing I've ever said or one of my quotes. Okay.